Hey, Drum Talk TV fans, we are back. How's it going? I'm Walter White. This is Jesse Pinkman. Hey, Dan Shinder here, executive producer of Drum Talk TV, sitting on a wobbly stool. And I'm here with Dr. Nadia Azar, who flew here all the way from the Great White North. Hey, how's it going?
Very good, thanks. Yourself?
Good, great.
Good.
We've had a lot of fun so far, and we're just getting revved up. We got this going on the next couple days, so in case you missed it, Gilbert is dropping in a link of what we did about an hour and a half ago. Don't go there now. Wait till I'm done with this. And I played a set of Zeppelin music back here on my Blue Bonzo kit, which is going to be transformed into a big prog rock kit for the next couple days. And what we did was, Nadia does, she's a professor of kinesiology and does a lot of different studies. She did a study on drumming injuries that we funneled people to. Thank you for participating in that if you did. And what she did was hooked up a heart rate monitor to me, and what are the other things called?
The body media armbands.
Body media armbands to measure my calorie burn. And we had people guess whoever comes closest to the peak heart rate for the set and the total calories burned wins this for the peak heart rate, Wicked Chops practice pad by a head, mountable on an 8mm cymbal stand, 1.5-inch surface. It is not a gimmick. It's not a toy. This is a serious tool to help your sticking abilities. I'm going to announce the winner for that. Well, you know what? I'll announce the winner now. And we're going to do the same thing in the next couple of days, except tomorrow I have an extra goodie to give away from Walkabout. So you got to tune in. The winner of the total heart rate, peak heart rate. Ready is, someone give us a drum roll out there. Fred May of Niagara Falls, Canada. Fred, thank you. Fred's also going to be on the show soon. He's an awesome tongue drum player, steel tongue drum player. I love my steel tongue drums. I've got 2 of them. And so, Fred, I'll be shipping this to you. Send me your address through the website. Or I'll just reach out to you. Don't worry. We got each other's emails. Email me. And then the winner for the closest to the total calorie burn. And before I announce that winner, before we announce that winner, let's have a little conversation about this.
Okay.
Because I thought, Mr. Active here, Mr. Drummer Man of 48 years, I thought, I'm probably going to burn 1,100, 920 calories. I don't know what butt I pulled that number out of, but the total calories, and I played pretty vigorously, and you can comment on that element of it too, but total calories burned were
319.
319. So it's like my cuticles got a little smaller. And I asked Nadia, I said, I'm kind of surprised. I actually worked up a sweat, which I don't do that often because I'm in pretty good shape, especially for an older guy. But Nadia had a great explanation as to why I didn't burn a lot more. And why don't you explain that? Because it made total sense.
So I mentioned earlier on that there are a lot of factors that go into this. So one of them, and actually I didn't mention this earlier, but one of them being body mass.
Right.
So I'm not going to list it out loud. You can tell them if you want, but that's on the lower end. So that's less total calories burned overall.
Right.
But what we talked about...
I'm sorry, but what do you mean tell them if I want? Tell them...
Oh, I'm not going to tell them what your body mass is. You can
I
if
don't
you
know
want,
what it is.
Okay, well, you told me earlier. So.
Oh, is it weight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I weigh 155.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as somebody who played the exact same set, the exact same way, but weighed 200 pounds, would have burned a lot more calories. So part of that has to do with your weight.
Is it because it's there to burn?
It's because they have more calorie burning tissue working at that time. Okay. So that's one thing. The other is, this is a smaller kit than you normally play.
Right.
And there's not a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, there's not...
It sits pretty low. It's somewhat linear. It's my Blue Bonzo kit. So Nadia explained that because of that,
because you're not moving your arms as much.
There's not a
You're
lot of
fairly
length to travel.
contained. Yeah, that you were being pretty efficient with your motion, and so you weren't maybe moving as much as you might normally.
Right.
And so less motion means you're not using as much energy to move.
Yeah, and that whole aspect never occurred to me until I asked the question and you explained that. For the next 2 days, because we're going to do this at 12:10 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, Wednesday, the 26th, the same time Thursday, the 27th, I'm going to add to my kit. I'm going to put some goodies back there, some other cymbals, some more drums, and I've made an announcement a few times of what I planned to do the next couple days, and I'm changing it. So instead of all the prog stuff being on Thursday, I picked about 6 or 7 Rush songs. I'm taking those off of Thursday, and I'm doing all Rush Day tomorrow at 12:10. And I've picked out some really, if you're a Rush fan, you will know these songs, and you'll say, whoa, they don't even play that anymore. Well, they don't play anything anymore, but you know what I mean.
That's a sore spot with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well,
We will not speak of that.
I'm hopefully going to put a little Band-Aid on that wound tomorrow. You'll get it fixed. But I'll give you one example of what, should I give a teaser of something I'm playing? I'm going to do all of Cygnus X1 into all of Hemispheres. I have not played this for 30 years maybe.
Oh boy.
But I'm going to put myself out there and I'm going to play to it. And again, a little social media marketing tip as a musician: when you play to tracks, don't play to the official tracks. There's a high risk of Facebook algorithm sensing it because it's an officially published piece, and they'll mute it. So I had to find bootleg versions. Actually, my son, Steven, thank you very much, Steve, found some great bootleg versions that are soundboard recordings, and then I'm tweaking them a little bit more just so I can hear them back there. And I'm really excited about it. So tomorrow is Rush for about, maybe I'll add a few songs and play for 40 minutes or something and really have at it. And I've got some of my favorites. So there's that. And then the next day is a heavy, deep, just immersive prog day where I'm playing long epics by Yes, by Genesis, by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I might add a track or two to that. Maybe I'll see how the timing is. And I'm really excited about it because I love playing all this music. So each of those days, we're giving away something. But first, I want to announce the winner of today's guess. Wow, speaking, you talk to a Canadian for a couple hours and you just, I don't know how to speak English.
Or maybe you're speaking improperly.
I don't know how to speak American. That's what it is. I lost that. Yeah, and I'm speaking properly. So the winner of my Volume 1 of social media marketing for musicians and the Sound Brenner Pulse goes to Joe Orlando with his guess of 350 calories, and I burned 319. Good guess. I had obviously no reference because my crazy guess, and I'm going to bring it all back up here. This is our monitor. I want to see if there's any comments, any questions. So good on you. I will connect with you on Facebook personally, and then I'll get your address, send that stuff. And if someone guesses, well, no, that won't work, so we won't do that. But tomorrow and Thursday, same thing. We're going to give away another Wicked Chops for the winner of the Peak Heart Rate, and another Volume 1 and Soundbrenner for the total calories burned. But I also have a walkabout to give away. Maybe you've seen me play that. Looks like an acoustic guitar body, but it's actually a percussion instrument. Nadia and I will think of an extra thing for people to guess on. Yeah. So, any questions, suggestions, donations? I just want to refresh this and make sure we're not ignoring any comments. When you do this, do you have any expectations of what the calorie burn will probably be, or is it?
I've stopped making those guesses.
Really?
Yeah, because I just
throwing darts or something.
It is for all those reasons that we talked about, from body mass to efficiency to playing style to the size of the kit to the type of the music
and the arrangement of the kit. Now I know.
Yeah, exactly. So I've had surprises along the way. Some burned more than I thought, some burned less than I thought. So I've just stopped.
Said, forget
making
it. Let
assumptions
me just
and said,
collect the data.
Yeah, exactly.
For some reason, I can't connect. Oh, there we are. Okay, so let me see if there's any questions or anything. Uh-oh. For some reason, I can't connect. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're on. I just need to get to us. There we are. Mute us. All right. Any questions? Anybody? Let's see. Oh, Steve John, you're in Niagara Falls too. Cool. Fred, you're welcome. Thank you for participating. That's awesome. So we'd love for hey, John Eichhorn, we'd love for as many of you to join us the next 2 days, because the drumming is going to get much more vigorous, much more complex patterns, time signatures, polyrhythms, exorhythms, eco-rhythms, neo-rhythms, and percussion rhythms. I don't know what any of that means. Just kind of made it up.
Just made up a thing.
So join us tomorrow. Oh, Steve John says, can drumming be a health risk? Absolutely, if you smoke cigarettes while you're drumming. Any other health risks?
Well, I guess it depends what you're meaning by health, but if you are not, well, I mean, we've demonstrated that drumming's a vigorous activity.
Right.
For example, I looked at Dan's heart rate data, and his average heart rate was, he spent the majority of his time in what the American College of Sports Medicine would define as vigorous physical activity. So if you're not in
55 and a half next week, 55 and a half.
So if you're not in physical condition to be able to do that, the same way if you're not in physical condition to be able to go and run 5 kilometers
and lift too much weight,
however many miles that is, right? Then you, that could put you at risk for some kind of injury or worse if you're not healthy enough. So just like any other high intensity activity, yes, in that sense it could be, if you're not conditioned for it.
Right. And you did the study on drumming injuries.
That's right.
And drumming injuries, not hitting yourself with a stick or falling off your throne or something like that, but carpal tunnel, tendonitis, sciatica, all kinds of other conditions. My question is this: aside from other contributors to that, how does ergonomics of a kit and posture fit in? If you have bad ergonomics, is it like any other poor ergonomics, whether it's driving with your seat in the not the greatest position, or working your computer, and not the best? Is it sort of the same?
Yeah, I mean, like any kind of technique, even again going back to just athletic technique, like weightlifting. If you're using improper technique, and by technique I don't mean whether you like which kind of grip style you like, or whatever. What I mean by that is, if you're not putting your body, or if you're putting it in a position that is out of its normal range of motion for long periods of time and doing highly repetitive and forceful movements, it doesn't matter if it's a sports skill or a work environment or an instrument, you are going to develop an injury at some point if you continue for long enough that your tissue starts to break down.
Interesting. Because I've had comments, and you've seen stuff through the study, where there's guys and girls who have been suffering from some things for years and years.
Yep.
And it could be caused from drumming or their posture or their ergonomics or whatever.
Yep. And how much time they, I mean, I haven't gotten into all that data yet, but my survey asked questions about how much time they spend practicing and playing per week, and do you warm up, and do you cool down, and all these different things, to try to sort of get a sense of what might be some things that are, or some habits that are contributing potentially to injury. Or I will not be able with this study to say for sure that X causes Y, but I will at least be able to say, okay, there seems to be an association between this habit and these types of injuries. So then from there I will have to go in and dig deeper, because this type of study can't establish causality. I can't say that playing open-handed causes wrist injuries. I won't be able to say that, but I might be able to say that there's an association. And it's a stepping stone from there.
One of the things I learned from this study, just from taking the survey, is I've worked out for years and I jog, walk and stuff. It never occurred to me in drumming to do a warm-up or cool-down as part of the process. I know what I want to play, and I just go play, and then it leads to another thing, and I play that, and before it's over, it's an hour or two goes by, and I've played with no consideration whatsoever to warming up or cooling down. Mm-hmm. Which is stupid, because it's a workout!
Well, if you're starting off with a lighter song and something that kind of gets you into it, that is considered a warm-up. By warm-up, it doesn't have to necessarily be stretching, or it can be just playing some rudiments or playing a lighter song or something like that. Right. Just anything that kind of gets your heart rate up a bit, your muscles moving and warming up, and then you get into the heavier stuff. And especially if you're going to be practicing something over and over again that's repetitive. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah. Let's see if there's any more comments. And Steve John says that makes sense. Great. I think that's all. Okay, so there you go. Congratulations to our winners. Participate tomorrow and Thursday. We're going to give away more stuff, and I'm going to play some great music. I'm not saying I'm going to play great, but I'm going to play to some great music, I promise. And we appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you soon. Tomorrow, in fact. If you tune in, I'll write you a note for work, if that's what it takes, okay? All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for following Drum Talk TV. And we have some new shirt designs. About 12 new designs. So go to drumtalktv.com/shop. Treat yourself. Buy something for someone you know, a drummer. There's even shirts for non-drummers that work. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.